when I know like I can feel myself escalating, when I can feel like I want to like force my opinion on you or force my emotions and like really like, no, you're not listening. It never works out. Like I've learned that over the period of 15 years of our marriage.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Relationship Theory. I'm your co-host Tom Bilyeu, and I am here with my beautiful wife, who I had a very lovely weekend and especially evening with last night. Lisa Bilyeu, what is up?
Hello, baby.
How we doing?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you.
All right, we've got a YouTube question from L. Liam. How do you deal with wanting time alone and distance, like being too close to someone, even if you love them, can be draining? How do you take time away without damaging the relationship?
Man, this comes down to what they're really asking. So time away, like that sounds scary.
Like if you said, baby, I need a break, I just need a month off.
Yeah, that would be...
Yeah, I'd be like,
and
what?
Look, everybody's different. So maybe there are people that love being in a long distance relationship because it's sort of dip in, dip out.
Right.
And they have massive swaths of time where they're not together.
Right.
So we're very much going to answer this from our perspective,
Correct.
which is like, for me, there is absolutely no substitute for proximity. Like, we started as a long distance relationship, but the entire beginning of our relationship was predicated on how do we get back together physically and spend time together. So, but then to hopefully answer the question she's asking, we have selfish time every week. So every week we have time where we come together, and then we have time where it's like whatever the other person wants to do completely selfishly, that they can do that. So, and that's critical. And it's, an hour here, a couple hours there. It's, it's not days and days at a time. But the important thing to note is, because that's not what we want. Like, we actually want to spend time together. And so, yeah, this one I can just tell, like, we're answering very much from our perspective, and I won't say that it's universal. But I will say that everyone needs selfish time. I think that is universal, and everybody needs together time. The balance of that you're going to have to find for yourselves. From my perspective, it seems insanely dangerous to want a very significant amount of time. It just doesn't seem relationship protective.
And I think you need to ask yourself, is it distance from that specific person, or is it just you need space from people because you're feeling smothered and you're the type of person that needs to process things by yourself? Because I think that's important. So like, for instance, a lot of the time you want to talk things out, and sometimes when I'm either like my emotions are too raw, or I know that I can't articulate what I'm feeling, like I will say to you, I just need space.
It's so interesting. That is beyond misleading. But what's fascinating is I think you actually believe that.
Oh, what do you mean?
So it's not that I want to talk things out. It's that I want to solve the problem.
You want to solve, and you want to understand
right now. Like, I want to solve the problem this instant.
And you really want to understand, like, okay, well, what is it? Like, tell me. But sometimes I haven't processed it yet.
And that was actually a really good impression, which is precisely why you need to get space. Because I'm not saying that it is.
You're not delicate about it sometimes.
100%, which is really stupid and a bad tactic. So it's great that you're like, I'm emotional right now. I'm going to step away. Now, I just want to solve the fucking problem. But I've realized over time, you know what? When she says that, let her go.
Yeah.
Because I'm going back to having no emotional sobriety. I can predict, even though this isn't how it feels to me, I'm almost certainly in that, like, let's just be done with this and solve this right now mode, which is not soft or gentle or welcoming in any way, shape, or form. It is all business. It's about deadly efficiency. And so probably best that we hit the pause button.
I mean, going back to kind of what we were saying at the beginning of the episode, which is about learn from mistakes of the past. It's like, never have we ever got into an argument and it be like we've argued and pushed each other to the point of like solving it. It's usually like, you have to bring your guard back down. You have to hear the other person. It's not like we've got two opinions and we butt heads, and then through the butting heads we solve it. It's the separation of bringing down the guards. So for me, it's when I know like I can feel myself escalating, when I can feel like I want to like force my opinion on you or force my emotions and like really like, no, you're not listening. It never works out. Like, I've learned that over the period of 15 years of our marriage. So I've really learned to go, Lisa, you know yourself well enough that there's no keep talking now. It's never going to resolve it. I know I have to bring my guard down. So I'm telling myself these steps that I need to take. And so in that moment, I just say, I hear you. I can't articulate myself right now. I just need time. And so I'll back away. And I think that that's important, understanding what you need in certain times. So with this person where they say they want distance, is it because they're just feeling smothered from people and they need to be alone? Is it that they're feeling smothered by this one person, or that this one person never gives them what they feel like they need in these moments? Understanding that, I think, is really important. So, yeah, it's kind of a tricky one.